Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you here with me today. So in today's reading, we are going to take a look at the current energies in your soul connection. So go ahead and resonate with the pile and we'll get started. Alright, pile 1, let's look into your connection with your person. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the Lenormand cards. Alright, pile 1. What is the current energy of pile 1's connection with their person? What is the energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy? Alright, so we have the sun and the key. So we have success, positivity, happiness, victory, and good outcome. And the key is answers, revelations, spiritual realizations, discovery, and destiny. So what I'm sensing is that the current energy of your connection is that something is like currently coming to light, and it seems like there's a really positive like new beginning happening here with the sun energy. There's definitely going to be, I feel like, success in the future, and it seems like right now there's a good outcome between the two of you. So I feel like your person may be preparing to come forward with some sort of truth here. I feel like the sun with the key also could represent that they're your person is feeling like enlightened about the nature of this connection, or they've had some sort of maybe realization of the spiritual connection that you guys have. Maybe they even want to have a conversation with you about the spiritual nature of your connection. It could be something that they're really interested in right now in conjunction with their own spiritual journey. Alright, pile 1. What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? Alright, we have Six of Wands. Look at that. Again, positivity, success. This is literally like the success card. So again, I feel like you guys are headed in a really good direction. Even if it doesn't seem like things are positive right now, given this particular circumstances, it looks like in the near future, the energy is looking really, really good. I feel like your person is feeling confident. Maybe they're feeling really confident about pursuing you. Let's see, pile 1. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? Okay, so we have the Four of Cups, we have the Moon, the Ten of Pentacles, and Judgment. See, yeah, definitely with the Moon here in the key, it's all about these like secret emotions maybe that your person's had for a period of time. Definitely, again, revelations, things coming to light, especially with the Judgment energy too. Like definitely, it could be that there's like a rebirth on the horizon for this connection, especially because with the Four of Cups here, it could be that, currently your person isn't taking a lot of action, or maybe you guys are both kind of in this a little bit maybe emotionally disconnected, a little distant energy, sort of contemplative rather than, maybe taking a lot of action. But I feel like in this space of contemplation and sort of quiet, there are answers that are being revealed to your person. I feel like things are sort of sinking in is what I'm hearing. So it could be that, especially if they were resisting the idea of soulmates or twin flames or, this connection, it's sort of like this love, this feeling, this knowledge is starting to sink in. And I feel like it's like, even if it seems like things have been like dormant for a while or your person's been inactive for a while, it's like very much on the near horizon. There is a judgment day. There is, I feel like, a very strong spiritual rebirth of the connection. And it's interesting. I feel like now might be a time of rest and rejuvenation, but I feel like there's a lot coming forecasted. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is like long-term abundance and stability, long-term happiness, and, a lot of joy here. So I feel like there's a lot of positivity is what I'm seeing. And I feel like your person is really starting to feel like the two of you guys are meant to have this long-term, happy connection, especially with the Six of Wands here. It's like they feel like with you, life could be very victorious, very joyous. It's like if they have the confidence to open up about these secrets and these shadows and these fears that they may have, I feel like if they have the confidence to jump in with you, it's like there's really good potential for something really beautiful and long-lasting here. What I'm feeling is like it's like preparation right now between the two of you, preparation for something really great. All right. Clarify the Moon. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? What is the current energy of the soul connection between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Moon, please. We have the Page of Wands. So yeah, definitely there's some sort of communication here. It could be communication about secret feelings for sure. Yeah, definitely your person is very excited about, again, the future with you. Clarify the Moon. What is the current energy of pile 1 soul connection with their person? Clarify the moon. We have the Magician, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. Yeah, so it's like there's so much I feel like that this person has like desire for in this connection. Again, like the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. So definitely the long-term happy family life, both like a stable commitment and also a really joyous partnership here with like a lot of love and harmony. So whether or not your person has told you this, I feel like they definitely see you as their future like life partner or like their ideal life partner. And it seems like this is something that they're kind of secretly working on in their head. Maybe they're kind of secretly, with this 4 of Cups energy, sitting back and trying to maybe make a plan as well. Like maybe they're working on self-improvement. They could even be working on their self-concept or their mental health if that's an issue here. But this is definitely something that they're manifesting, even if it's sort of in private. This is definitely what's on their mind, like this goal that they have to eventually move towards you and have something very solid and very real with you. But again, it may just be under wraps currently. Clarified judgment. What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? Clarified judgment. Oh my god. Look, judgment. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, self-evaluation, awakening, wake-up call, and spiritual rebirth. So it could even be for some of you that there's been, since judgment wants to come out twice, it could be that seriously like a powerful revelation has recently really hit your person, that they're maybe even having a bit of a spiritual awakening just on their own. You might be mirroring this. So yeah, I feel like there's some serious self-reflection going on. Again, tying back to if there are parts of themselves that they need to work on, working to be a better version of themselves, a better partner for you, that could be definitely going on. I feel like it's all tied in. I feel like it's personal and spiritual. Yeah, and again, they're doing that self-evaluation and seeing like, maybe there are things that have happened between the two of you in the past that were messy or painful. Your person may have acted in ways that they regret, but I feel like there's a huge shift going on with them right now. And I feel like that part of themselves is definitely going to be left in the past. Like this shadow side is, I'm hearing it's destined to be forgotten. So yeah, it could be that they're just being really called to ascend right now. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their soul connection with their person? The 10 of Wands. Interesting. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely sensing that they're holding back with something here. It seems like there's something that they really need to let go of before they can have this commitment with you. So for some of you, that could be that there's another party that they need to walk away from or leave behind, or it's more like their own fears, their own internal struggles. Like there's something weighing on them very, very heavily when it comes to commitment. Because I truly feel like deep down, this is what your person wants with you. Like they very clearly see you as that ideal future partner, but it's like there's something either external or internal that is causing a blockage, and it's causing them to kind of hold back on actually like delivering the truth to you or delivering this commitment. It's like this fear maybe of abandonment here with the 4 of Pentacles. It's like there's definitely a vulnerability issue. So it could literally just be that your person is very stressed out by carrying this load of emotions and feelings and like all this sort of pent up like unspoken words that they have about the life that they want to have with you or like the love that they have for you. But I feel like this is like definitely really intense energy for them to just be holding in. So that's why I feel like with this judgment energy, it's like they're being called to release their blockages around commitment or vulnerability in a relationship or like intimacy even. All right, let's get some oracle cards. Let's see what else. All right. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of the soul connection pile 1 has with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? Look at that. Yeah, we have work on your partnership with the 8 of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like they want to work on themselves. They want to work on the partnership, self-improvement, things like that. I feel like they don't want to just abandon this connection because I feel like this romance means a lot to them here. So you may be getting a lot more effort from your person in the future. And again, like kind of with the 10 of Wands, that can even indicate that your person is willing to to have to maybe struggle a little bit to get through whatever obstacles there are to having this future with you, and they don't want to give up on that. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection? We have love yourself first. So yeah, self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So your person could be working on self-love. You might be working on self-love as well. We have work, you know, here, working on self-love and self-concept. So I feel like there's a lot of like, again, with the energy of the magician, there's a lot of like internal, external energies going on here where it's like there's a lot of inner work, and that's resulting in, I feel like, more connection in your partnership. What is the current energy of pile 1's connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile 1's soul connection with their person? And we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. So that could be why there's, you know, internal work that needs to be done here. We also have very soon on the bottom of the deck. So it could be that very soon, if there's been deception here, you know, your person hasn't been opening up like we saw with the Four of Pentacles. This self-mask, this false self-mask is what is being worked on here through all this internal healing and things like that. Again, like there's stuff that's going to be coming to light. This key is going to be, you know, taking off that mask, I feel like, in the future. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy? We have endurance, keep going. So kind of like the energy of the 10 of Wands, even like endurance, you know, it's like there may be just a little bit more time that's needed, a little bit more struggle, a little bit more inner work. But I feel like your person isn't giving up here because, again, there's such positivity on the horizon. We have, let's see, water flight, heaviness lifts, burdens are cast away, and weightlessness. That is so interesting. Like literally the energy of releasing the 10 of Wands, releasing that burden. So you're releasing these maybe heavy things, karmic patterns that are, you know, burdensome. Again, releasing maybe karmic partners as well, if that's important here. And then we have receptivity, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. So sort of, again, this all ties into the tarot as well, like with the Four of Pentacles, because that's definitely like the energy of blocking, giving, and receiving, as opposed to like this energy of the Six of Pentacles, which is about give and take. So I feel like that's kind of what's being worked on here, is like your person letting go of these obstacles to being able to really give you what you need in terms of like emotional availability, even time, things like that. In the past, they may not have really been able to show up for you and really give you what you needed in the partnership. It could have felt very unequal, but I feel like that's this burden that's being cast away currently. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1 right now, please? What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1 right now, please? We have self-love. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. In order to love you, I need to love myself. Look at that. That's actually so synchronistic. That's crazy. That those two would come out together. So definitely a double message that your person is having to work on self-love right now in order to allow themselves to give and receive, you know, all the beautiful feelings you guys have for each other. This one wanted to come out. What does this say? Healing. I'm doing inner work right now because I want to heal. Look at that. Totally. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1, please? Change. I'm not the same as I used to be. I'm evolving into a better version of myself. Look at that. That's awesome. What does pile 1's person want to say? We have lessons. I'm learning profound soul lessons from you and our connection. Blessing. You are a blessing in my life. I am so grateful for you. Release. Look at that. I'm letting go of my ego and its defense mechanisms. I want to be true to my heart. Look at that again. Heaviness lifts, release, fear, and then anxious thoughts were keeping me stuck and unable to be in the energy of love. So basically they're saying their own anxiety was basically a lot of the blockage from them being able to, you know, love you properly. And again, like, that fear could have been keeping them in karmic situations or with karmic partners for the same reason, because they were afraid of being alone or whatever was going on with them. So also, for some of them, they're getting the courage to release that person by loving themselves and like kind of being able to nurture themselves and not needing to, like, somebody else to like fill that void or provide a sense of like comfort. What does pile 1's person want to say to pile 1 right now, please? Oops. Okay. So this says, when I feel like I've shown you too many of my real feelings, I shut down and run away because the vulnerability makes me feel unsafe. So this is sort of their shadow side. They definitely have maybe had issues with vulnerability in the past, and so that could be like an issue here is like sometimes you feel like maybe when they seem to be opening up a lot, there almost seems to maybe be even like kind of right after they open up, they'll kind of shut down again, and they're basically just saying that's their blockages. I didn't find what I was looking for outside of myself. What I was searching for was inside me all along. So kind of going back to what I was saying about that self-love, that they may have been like following a certain path or with certain people because they felt like there was a void and they needed to, I don't know, like travel or buy a lot of things or hang out with a lot of people to like fill that emptiness inside. But what they're realizing is that they just needed to feel sort of whole on their own and like love themselves, instead of craving all that external stuff, which is kind of just a distraction from their pain, I think. When we talk, it feels like so much more than a casual conversation. Everything you say means so much to me, and it's intense even when we are just chatting. So definitely, because this is an intense soul connection, it could be that even if it seems like kind of just a mild conversation, maybe even just getting up the nerve to reach out to you or just have a little casual conversation might really be a big deal. And it might be that like the kind of thing where it's like somebody else could look at, you know, the conversation that you guys had and they wouldn't really understand like its significance, but like to both of you it feels very significant, every little conversation you have. Let's see, what does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? It says, I've been communicating with you telepathically. I want you right now. Don't worry about me forgetting you. I couldn't even if I tried to. And then this one says, you are truly irreplaceable. So yeah, they're saying like, don't worry about me forgetting about you. And don't worry about me for replacing you with anybody else because no one else really compares to you, in terms of, you know, the love and the emotion that they have for you. All right, pile one, there is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a pleasure doing this reading for you, sending you lots of love, lots of healing, and abundance. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile two. Welcome to your reading, a little energy check-in, with your person, with your soul connection. All right. So first, we're going to get into some Letterman cards. All right. What is the current energy of pile two's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile two's soul connection with their person? What is the current energy of pile two's soul connection with their person? Okay, so we have the key and the coffin. Very interesting. The key came out with pile one as well, but definitely with the coffin, that's very powerful. Okay, so the key says answers, revelations, spiritual realizations, discovery, and destiny. And then the coffin says endings and beginnings, transformation, and completion. So this is sort of giving me like judgment energy, as well as the death card, of course, with the coffin. So it seems like there's going to be a lot transforming and changing in your connection currently, and a lot of, I feel like, maybe answers to questions you've had about this connection are going to be coming through. And also for those of you where it seems like the connection has been dormant or dead, even like maybe you had a breakup or an ending or your person's been off doing their own thing, it seems like in the separation, if there's been one, there's been a lot of transformation. And so there's definitely going to be, I feel like, a fresh start possibly even a reconciliation, or your person might even show up again if there's been time apart. I'm almost seeing like this image of someone just sort of like suddenly rising up from the dead. So it's like even if this connection seems like it's over or gone, it's really not, is kind of what I'm seeing. Like there's a new beginning on the horizon. And I feel like there's a lot of powerful change that's been going on with your person. They may even be having a spiritual awakening right now with the key in the coffin, that, you know, maybe it's that their higher self or their soul self has been sort of dead or dormant. And that's the revelation, is that that part of themselves is going to start showing up more in their behavior towards you and the connection. All right, let's get into some tarot now. Sorry. All right. What is the current energy between pile 1, or oops. Sorry about that. What is the current energy between pile 2? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? We have the 5 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the King of Wands. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy? We have the King of Cups. Wow. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? And the Empress. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, again, with the energy of the coffin here, things may feel out in the cold, disconnected, but what I'm seeing is that regardless of, you know, if there's a separation or just no contact or whatever's going on, maybe emotional distance, we have the 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, there's definitely a lot of love here, sort of regardless. It's the sort of love that is just sort of there permanently, if that makes sense. Like what I'm seeing is like almost like a river, like there's just like a river of love, or like a cord, I guess you could say, between you and your person. And even if there's like zero interaction in the physical world, you know, zero indication of anything going on between the two of you, it's like there's still life there, there's still energy there, there's still all this beautiful flowing love between the two of you. So yeah, and definitely with the Empress, that can indicate you know, birth, things like that, like the creation. So I feel like there's new love on the horizon here. For some of you, if things are absolutely, you know, absolute with your person, you know, you're not interested in this connection with them anymore, it could also mean that you are going to be finding, you know, a lot of self-love and maybe even possibly love elsewhere, for those of you where it resonates. But definitely for most of you, I feel like your person still, with the King of Cups and the King of Wands, they still have a lot of passion. I feel like they're still very fixated on you, still very, very attracted to you, and again, they still have very deep feelings for you. So I feel like there's an intention here to reignite things, to come out from the cold, maybe even make amends, you know, because the 6 of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, you know, that could be a reconciliation, leaving negativity from the past behind. It could also indicate travel if you guys are at a distance with one another. But I feel like your person still has a strong vision of a future here. And I feel like they haven't given up on this here. Because I feel like to the King of Wands, like, it's like you're still this Empress, you're still the most attractive person, the most beautiful. I feel like you just have this very sensual, like, magnetism. And I feel like they see you as the best. Like, they see you as a prize, almost sort of like they have you on a pedestal. Like, they see you as, like, their dream person, like their king or their queen. And it's almost like what I'm getting is, like, they don't want to settle for anybody else, because they know that if they were with somebody else, or if they are with somebody else, they're settling, because their heart is with you here with the King of Cups. You know, they may even be feeling kind of emotionally cold in their life here with the 5 of Pentacles, sort of like, what I'm getting is, like, kind of struggling to survive, just sort of like, you know, getting up, going to work, going about their day-to-day life, sort of with their emotions suppressed. And then it's sort of like when they allow themselves to feel, they really feel this sadness, but also just this intense, like, unconditional love for you. So I feel like, yeah, it's almost like they can't stand being out in the cold anymore. They can't stand repressing these emotions anymore, because it's getting unbearable is what I'm sensing. Clarify the Ace of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? Clarify the Ace of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, it's like you are their Queen of Pentacles. You are their ideal companion. You know, it's like this is sort of that wifey energy, or sort of mother energy as well. Like, they want you. It's like, what I'm seeing is, it's like, this is the kind of energy, this is the person that, you know, after a hard day of work, you come home to, and you just enjoy their company, and it's like a warm fire sort of for their heart, being around you. So yeah, it's like regardless of, if you guys have been married in the past, or, whatever level of commitment you guys have had together, it's like you're always going to be this person's sort of other part, if that makes sense, like spouse in a way. Um, then we have the Ace of Swords, so it's like they're really having this breakthrough, this realization, I think, of these deep feelings, and that, you are that person that they want to commit to. They want to give their pentacle, they want to give their time, their energy to you. So it could be that they're preparing to come forward and confess some of these feelings, confess some of this love here, because that is definitely about a breakthrough. So maybe, if they feel like you're completely unaware of all these deep emotions, because I sense your person is good at repressing their feelings, it's like they're realizing, like, hey, I really need to let this person know that I still love them, I still see a future with them. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? We have the Shadow and the Queen of Cups. So yeah, there's a lot of pain here with the Shadow. That's like the devil energy. There's something about their physical world that is just like not it. I don't know what it is. Again, it could be like a karmic situation. But what I'm also sensing is like they understand on some level that their shadow self, that them being disconnected from their heart, is what has led them to this energy of feeling out in the cold. So for some of you, that very much could be, decisions that they've made in the past, or behaviors that they've made, or even just literally them not telling you their feelings. Like, this is kind of like it's like they understand it's sort of their fault if they feel out in the cold. It's because they know that they didn't listen to their higher self. They listened to like the devil on their shoulder, not the higher self, not the angel. And so it's like they've gotten themselves stuck in this situation or this energy. And I feel like it's really making them just miss you so much, because we have the King and Queen of Cups. They know that you are their soulmate. They know you guys have this really beautiful connection here, a lot of love, and it's like they're here in this really dark energy here, this sadness here, just really missing your nurturing energy, your warmth. I feel like you're just such a lovely, caring person. They miss the love that they felt with you. They miss, I feel like, just the way that you would hold them and nurture them. There's definitely some inner child stuff going on here, is what I'm sensing as well. Maybe they are dismissive or avoidant in a way because they don't feel worthy of love, or they were abandoned early in childhood, so they put up walls or something like that. Because, our true nature is connection, and it is love, and attachment. And so I feel like if you're putting up walls to connecting with people, it's definitely because there's a lot of fear and insecurity there. Like, there was something in childhood or in early adulthood that went wrong, that caused you to like have a lot of negative emotions around connecting with another person. So that could all just be stuff that your person is really having to work through right now, their emotional blockages. Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, there's definitely shifts happening. There's changes. I feel like there's new energy coming in. Again, these realizations are hitting them, and maybe they're really realizing, something needs to change. Like, I hate this energy. I hate being stuck in my shadow. I hate being out in the cold. I hate being in separation from you. I'm hearing like, I hate missing you. Like, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want things to change between the two of us. Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? We have the King of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Six of Swords. See, the Six of Swords did want to come out. So yeah, definitely they're wanting to let go of something. They're wanting things to change. They want progress in this connection, reconciliation. And then we have the King of Swords and the High Priestess. So I feel like they are connecting with their intuition and sort of their feminine side here. And they're wanting to open up and tell some truth with the King of Swords. The High Priestess can also indicate secret knowledge, hidden things, again, literally like with the energy of the key here. So it could be that they're like, preparing to come forward and deliver some truth to you that has maybe been very, very, very secretive for a long time. Because I feel like they understand that this is definitely a fated connection, this is a destined connection, and I feel like it's just like very obvious to them that if they're this unhappy being separated from you, then obviously they need to do something about that, if that makes sense. Like they just can't really keep living like this. Let's see, pile 2. What I'm getting is they spend a lot of time alone thinking about you. It's almost like they're isolating themselves on purpose. I almost get this energy of like self-punishment, that they may be isolating themselves or kind of like not doing things that they enjoy, almost as a form of self-punishment. But I feel like it's in a way helping them, because they're having to, like, instead of distracting themselves with things, it's like they're having to like face their shadow side here and maybe actually work through it, which is an interesting message. All right, what is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So yeah, definitely the 6 of Swords, releasing some sort of negativity from the past here for that new beginning. So they may be learning to, you know, forgive themselves for their mistakes, forgive themselves, you know, in order to move forward, and at least try to, you know, apply what they've learned from their mistakes, rather than just, you know, beating themselves up for their mistakes forever, actually trying to take the lesson and make sure they don't repeat the same mistakes. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person, please? We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So I feel like because this is an established connection, it's more like, again, with this energy of the coffin ending and beginning, there's new love on the horizon for this connection. A new opportunity for, you know, reconciliation. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person, please? And then we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this is definitely a very deep soul connection. Again, you guys are part of each other's spiritual path. I feel like you were destined to meet each other in order to influence each other in this lifetime, in order to maybe shine light on the areas you needed to heal. And I also feel like, you know, maybe there is just an aspect of your person needing to reconnect to their spiritual side as well. And maybe this really rock bottom energy is sort of forcing them into that, that reconnection with spirit and source. So yeah, definitely a very faded connection. Maybe your person's realizing that too as well, that this is just beyond a normal sort of love connection that they've experienced before with other people. This could definitely be a divine counterpart or twin flame. Oops, okay. Let me reshuffle. All right, what is the current... Oh my gosh, they're flying everywhere. All right. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person, please? We have Atlantis, rapid development, excellence, and success. So yeah, definitely feel like a lot of positive personal shifts. Like there's a lot of development here, personal development. And then we have the present, gift, treasure, revelation of own value, and nowness. Okay, so that's interesting. So I feel like maybe your person is the type of person who's been very caught up in the past, sort of like this, you know, this energy here of, you know, forgiving and healing the past. Maybe they used to be very caught up in the past, you know, maybe in that victim mentality about whatever's happened to them here. But I feel like they're kind of stepping into being more mindful and just really experiencing the present moment, maybe instead of worrying so much about the future or being so caught up in what has happened to them in their personal history, and kind of just releasing all of that in order to just really appreciate, you know, this connection and what they do have, rather than, you know, feeling sorry for themselves about, you know, their mistakes and things like that. What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile 2 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy? What is the current energy? And then we have Lemuria returns, earthly spirituality, community, and ocean conservation. Okay, so definitely there's like this return to themselves, and I feel like their spirituality, especially if that was something that they kind of, for some of them I'm sensing that like with this energy of like the devil here, they may have really gone off their path. So what I'm getting is that your person and you most likely are like very high vibrational, sort of earth angel type people, but due to the circumstances of your person's life and, their early childhood and whatever's gone on, they may have really diverged from the soul path, and they may have really just gotten confused somewhere along the line and kind of really just went down like the ego path. But I feel like you are sort of calling them to revisit who they really are at this deeper level. And again, it's like they know that these bad decisions, or not necessarily bad decisions, but these decisions of not following their heart, not following their higher self, have led them to feeling sort of empty and hollow and numb. And so right now it's like they're kind of refinding like that kind of divine part of themselves. And again, like this image of this woman with this, she looks pregnant, sort of like, again, related to the Empress energy, like, giving birth to almost like their more divine self here. Could even be like an inner child healing, or even like a womb healing going on here, especially if they have issues with their mother. That could be something that they're healing right now currently as well. All right, let's get some messages. Also, for some of you, it could be that they're interested in actually like having children with you here. That seems to be a bit of a theme. So if that's something you're interested, or something that's possible for you guys, that could definitely be that. Or just like, creating something together. Doesn't have to be children. All right, pile 2. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2 right now, please? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2 right now, please? Respect. I have so much respect for you. You are a beautiful person inside and out. It's beautiful. Mutual. The love between us is mutual. I feel the same way that you do, but that could be something that they did not tell the truth about. Apology. I'm so sorry for hurting you. I wish I could take it all back. See, like forgiving and learning. There is some sort of apology that they have here for their, more negative behavior. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2? What does pile 2's person want to say? We have soulmate. Our souls are infinitely connected. We are truly meant to be. That's beautiful. Twin flames. We embody divine love. Okay, so definitely with the soulmate and the twin flame card coming out, definitely a very divine connection. This person very well could be your twin flame if you resonate with that. Then we have soul contract. Everything that we've been through together has been to teach and heal us, definitely. Responsible. I want to show up for you and make you a priority. And separation. It is so painful being apart from you, but it's teaching me valuable lessons. So if there has been a separation, if there is a separation, I think it's helping them to learn maturity, and maybe even learning to respect your soul connection here if they didn't at first, or they didn't understand it, or maybe they were running away a lot. Let's see. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2, please? What does pile 2's person want to say? You make me feel so vulnerable, like you can see everything about me. I've never felt so exposed before. So definitely, because they feel like this is just such an intense connection, it's like they don't even have to say anything, and it's almost like you just telepathically know exactly how they feel. You can sense everything about them, and it's like, in some ways, it's really cool to have that person that knows you like the back of their hand, but at the same time, if they're a person that usually keeps up walls and boundaries with people, it could be a very uncomfortable experience to be so seen by someone else. Especially if there's like parts of themselves they feel shameful, or parts of themselves they feel shameful about, parts of themselves they don't like. It could be very scary to interact with you because they know that they can't really hide anything from you. What does pile 2's person want to say? Fears of abandonment make it hard for me to be close with you, so I avoid it even though deep down my heart is craving your affection. You're such a good person. It makes me feel even worse about the way I've acted because I know you didn't deserve that treatment. Okay, so yeah, definitely there's something that your person did that they feel really bad about, and it's like they can't really justify it to themselves, if that makes sense, because they know you're like a really wonderful person. Again, they have a lot of respect for you. They know you're just this beautiful, loving being, and so it's like they just feel really crappy about the way that they've acted because they know it was just like super unneeded and unnecessary. I love you just as much as you love me. That's so interesting. Again, like this energy of wanting to tell you that they love you just as much. They also mutually love you, because maybe part of the issue is that they've really at times made you feel like you were the only one that was in love with them and they didn't care about you, but it's almost like they're like saying like, no, I really do, really, really, really do love you, even if I've acted like I didn't on the surface. All right, pile 2. What does pile 2's person want to say to pile 2, please? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? What does pile two's person want to say? You're the only thing on my mind. Walking away from you broke me. Wow. So yeah, the separation was really hard. And I find myself in your kiss. That's beautiful. So, you know, they do find themselves through you, through the physical and emotional intimacy. I feel like you've helped this person really discover who they are, even if it's been a kind of intense process for both of you. I feel like you guys have really been sent to mirror to each other the places you need to heal, and you know, also show each other, you know, this really deep love that you have for who each other are on this deep level, you know, to help you guys accept yourselves more and love yourselves more. All right, pile two, that is your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Sending you lots of love and beauty and abundance. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile three. Welcome to your reading. So let's get into the current energy between you and your person that you have this soul connection with. So let's go with some Lenormand first. All right, pile three. What is the current energy between pile one and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile three and the soul connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile three and their soul connection with their person? You have the man, the moon. What is the current energy between pile three and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy? Oops. And we have the garden. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the masculine energy in this connection is definitely showing up here. We have the man. So that doesn't have to be like an actual person that identifies as male, but definitely at least the energy of the man, which is the masculine energy, which is sort of forward movement, action, sort of very physical, whereas the feminine energy is more to do with the spiritual sort of side of reality. Definitely with the energy of the moon here. So with the garden as well. So the garden says community, party, socializing, meetings, and getting together. So I feel like there is an energy of your person wanting to, you know, maybe be more of the masculine energy in this connection, and maybe even reach out to you, sorry, to meet up with you in a public place here. So it could be that they want to ask you to, you know, go on a date with them, or, you know, just have a really fun time together, maybe even with the energy of the community. You know, get together if you guys have mutual friends, or go out, you know, and have a party or something like that. But I also feel like with the energy of the moon, it's like the masculine and feminine energy in this connection, I feel like, are getting balanced right now, and the masculine energy is sort of integrating the energy of the feminine with the emotions and the intuition. And so it could even be that the masculine energies, their intuition is telling them to, you know, open up about their emotions, open up about their feelings here. And maybe, you know, that's going to spur them into pursuing you romantically here and asking you to spend time with them in the physical world. Let's see. Or maybe, you know, connect via FaceTime or something like that if you guys are long distance from each other. But it's like they definitely want some sort of interaction here, some sort of socialization with you. All right. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection? We have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, exactly. A lot of energy of action here. Following their instincts here and just rushing towards you. So I feel like definitely communication for you guys. If you're not already in communication, I definitely see that on the horizon. There's going to be some sort of swift action being taken. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? We have the Page of Cups, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. All right, awesome. So definitely good stuff here that I'm seeing. I feel like your person does want to reach out and communicate some of their emotions with you, maybe flirt a bit here, because your person has really, really deep feelings, you know, with the energy of the King of Cups. And I feel like they're realizing that they don't want to just sit back and hide these feelings, repress these feelings. It's like they really want to act on these feelings. They want to go for it because they feel like this is a very, you know, important connection to them. You really have captured their heart, you know, made them feel a lot of things, and I feel like they don't want to miss out on this opportunity. I also feel like with the Hierophant, it's like your person is sort of stepping into their spirituality here, because that's definitely the energy like the High Priest. Like, you know, they want to be, I feel like, more committed to their values, their virtues, who they really are as a person. It could be that they're just researching, you know, spiritual things. They're gaining a lot of wisdom here, and I feel like they're starting to feel more confident maybe in their wisdom and who they are as a person, which is why they're able to maybe just kind of make these decisions and go for them rather than, you know, being stuck in their doubt and insecurity, because it's like they've really like found themselves is kind of what I'm seeing. And it's like you can see this person, it's like they're so stoic and so strong. It's like they really know who they are and their place in the world, even maybe their purpose. So it could be your person went on a little inner journey and really has been finding themselves, and it's like the more that they kind of connect to that inner self, the more that they feel they need to show up in your life as well. Let's see, clarify, I'm hearing is like you're my natural partner, and with anybody else it's felt forced or unnatural. So if they've tried to be with other people, it did feel forced, it felt unnatural, whereas it's like with you, it's like you are just their it just is so seamless and effortless with you. Clarify the Knight of Swords. What is the current energy of pile 3's connection with their person? We have the Sun. So yeah, it's like they're following their happiness, their joy, and they feel like that's really with you here. It's really beautiful. Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? Page of Swords. Clarify the King of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? We have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah, definitely there is a bit of fear, though, that I feel like that maybe they had to progress beyond. So what I'm seeing here is that if your person does come towards you, they may not be ready to divulge everything immediately. There may still be a little bit of hesitation or a little bit of, you know, holding back. But I feel like it's like I feel like they're planning on how to maybe reveal their feelings in the future. Like with the Two of Wands, like they're still kind of in their comfort zone. They haven't quite left, you know, quite left their comfort zone due to these fears. But I feel like, especially if you haven't heard from your person in a while, they're going to start dipping their toe in the water. And then I feel like as they develop the confidence that, you know, you care about them, you're still interested in them, I feel like they're going to start showing up more and more and pursuing you more and more. But it may be the kind of thing where they're a little bit shy at first. But I still feel like they do feel very drawn to, you know, coming towards you, but they may not be ready to spill all the beans at once, is kind of what I'm getting. Clarify the Hierophant. What is the current energy of pile 3's soul connection with their person? We have the Empress. Yeah, again, exactly what I was feeling here. It's like they feel like you are, you know, the masculine energy or the feminine energy to match their masculine energy. I feel like this person, even with the Hierophant and the Empress, they could be interested in a marriage with you as well, for sure, because the Hierophant can represent legal matters and commitment, things like that, you know. So it could be that they're feeling like, you know, they want this really deep commitment with you, especially if they haven't mentioned that before. That could be something they're interested in pursuing. Clarify the Page of Cups. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person? Clarify the Page of Cups. What is the current energy? We have the Four of Wands. Wow, yeah, so they want to start reaching out because they want this union here with the Four of Wands. They want this stability, this beautiful partnership. I feel like there's something deep within them that does crave that stable companionship. You know, maybe they've been missing it a lot if they haven't had that with you, if you guys have been in separation or whatever's going on. And it's like that's definitely their intention, is that like maybe they might not come across at first, you know, revealing exactly what's on their mind, but I feel like their intention in coming towards you is eventually having this, this Four of Wands energy. That's beautiful. All right. Pile 3. What is the current energy? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? We have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path, so definitely with the energy of the Hierophant, I feel like your person is aware that this is a very spiritual connection, a very divine connection that you guys have. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, so I feel like this is more about, you know, a new beginning in love. You know, your person is showing up maybe as being more loving, more in touch with their feelings, especially if they didn't used to be very in touch with your feelings, with their feelings or your feelings. Maybe they were just sort of, you know, very cut off from their emotions and their empathy. But I feel like they're that part of themselves, it's like they're reconnecting with that inner self. We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith and forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So I feel like this is sort of a fresh start in a way where, you know, if things have been difficult in the past, you guys have had like, you know, a rocky history, especially because it's a very powerful soul connection. That's definitely, you know, not uncommon for there to have been a lot of challenges or lessons that have been learned. I feel like your person is ready to let the new love in and kind of release whatever pain there has been between the two of you in the past. And again, it might really cause both of you to really have this faith in each other that, you know, you're not going to make the same mistakes, you know, this time, and that you guys really do, you know, trust in the love that you guys have and trust in the connection and not, you know, listen to your fears so much. Like maybe your person really was in their fears at one point and it really blocked them from coming towards you or being honest with you. But I feel like that's sort of what's being left behind, or what is being needed to be left behind currently. All right. Pile 3. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection? We have the return of Aphrodite, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. So, wow. Again, definitely the energy of the Empress. This is literally even Aphrodite on this card. That's super interesting, actually. Very synchronistic. Here. So I feel like there's definitely an awakening of like the divine feminine in this connection, or maybe even a recognition of the divine feminine, especially if your person was not recognizing you, maybe was not respecting you, or treating you like, you know, this beautiful divine energy that you are. It's like your person is starting to see the sacredness in you and the sacredness of this connection, and sort of learn to respect their inner divine feminine and your divine feminine energy as well. That's super beautiful. Again, very much tied to the energy of the moon, where it's like your person's learning to see that the feminine energy is not, you know, not to be I'm hearing like discarded or sort of scoffed at, you know what I mean? Like having emotions is not a weak thing, and the feminine energy is very powerful in its own way. Wow, really beautiful. So yeah, definitely I feel like they're trusting in their intuitive guidance here. And they want to treat you as sacred. They want to treat this connection as sacred. What is the current energy between pile 3 and their soul connection with their person, please? What is the current energy? We have Coral's wisdom. Let's see. colony destiny, or colony delicacy, fragility, works that are created over great periods of time. So I feel like this is about, again, this person kind of recognizing how precious and sacred this connection is, and maybe you guys have, you know, had this very long-term, maybe even like on again, off again sort of connection where it's like this beautiful sort of love story that maybe has a lot of, you know, ups and downs, but it's like it's a very great work in its way. It is very fragile, and it's like your person wants to treat it with the delicacy and the respect that it deserves. Then we have yearning, longing for somebody, undesired separation, and pining. So yeah, it could be your person is really pining for you, especially if there is a separation, or just like sort of emotional disconnect for whatever reason. Your person definitely, you know, if there's been a separation, they didn't want it, they don't want to be apart from you, and they're definitely pining for you, and I feel like really missing you, especially because they're starting to really see you as this like beautiful divine goddess energy, and it's like they need that in their life. They want you to return into their life. Oops. All right, let's see. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? What does pile 3's person want to say? We have date. I want to take you out for a night of fun and romance. Yeah, look at that with the garden energy, getting together in person. So yeah, definitely want to take you out on a date. Commitment. I want to take things to the next level with you. I definitely see that here with the Hierophant energy. They're very serious about you. I feel like their intentions are very, very good towards you. What does pile 3's person want to say? We have healing. I'm doing inner work right now because I want to heal. Self-love. In order to love you, I need to love myself. So that's really beautiful. They are, I feel like, definitely working on themselves. Let's see. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? Release. I'm letting go of my ego and its defense mechanisms. I want to be true to my heart. Running. I was running away from myself and my unresolved issues. So yeah, it's like I think you brought up a lot in this person that maybe did cause them to run away. Maybe just literally the emotional intensity, the spiritual connection was just too much for them. And they kind of had a lot of these unresolved problems, and so they kind of felt the need to just bolt, you know what I mean? It was just too intense, it was too scary, they couldn't deal with it. But it wasn't really because they were running away from you, because they didn't love you, or they didn't care about you. It was just because they had a lot of internal blockages to love that just caused them to retreat. Definitely a lot of shame can cause that in a person. But that's kind of what they're releasing right now through this healing and self-love work. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3, please? We have warmth. You make me feel so happy. You are like a warm fire from my heart. That is so sweet. So they definitely do feel very comforted and very, you know, warm and happy with you. And again, definitely if there's separation, it's like feeling like out in the cold, feeling very lost and miserable. If there's been times where you guys haven't been in contact, or, you know, there's been issues between the two of you, I feel like it's very emotionally painful for both of you. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say? I'm seeing now that you always had my best interest at heart. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. So maybe in the past they sort of felt like, you know, they weren't sure about your intentions, or, you know, if you loved them or if you cared about them. They're starting to realize that, like, that may have all just been sort of a false construction they made up in their head, that, you know, you do have best intentions, you do love them. You make me feel so vulnerable, like you can see everything about me. I've never felt so exposed before. So again, this running away because they just felt so sort of like defenseless with you, because they just care about you so much. It's sort of like their heart was almost just like exposed to you, and it could have been very, very, very scary to you know, give that side of themselves to you, you know, open up in that very intimate way, because they may have been hurt a lot in the past when they did that. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? I'm waking up, so that's really beautiful. They are waking up spiritually, and I'm making new choices. I want different things for my life now. So they don't want to keep going on the same path, you know, running away from you, running away from their feelings, running away from this connection, and I feel like they're ready to make choices that are more aligned with who they really are on a deeper level, that'll actually fulfill them instead of just distracting them. What does pile three's person want to say to pile three? I know things will never be over between us. I've shed so many tears over you, so a lot of emotions. Again, the energy of pining. I want to cuddle you, and I know we have a deep soul connection. Beautiful. So this person is very aware of the soul connection that you guys have, and I think that's really what they're waking up to as well, that, you know, there are such things as soulmates or twin flames or what have you, and that, you know, it's okay to feel so much for somebody, and maybe even they're doing like research on the internet about soul connections, and they're sort of starting to put the pieces together and kind of figure out what this connection actually means and how it really is very important to them. And again, like related to their spiritual path. All right, pile three, that is your reading. It has been a pleasure reading for you today. Sending you lots of love and beauty and abundance. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.